So, hi everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you in this very interesting chat. Today we have got Mr. Gunjana Shah, who is the CMO in the Inside Business Machines, based out of Mumbai. So today we are going to talk about his views on customer experience, how exactly customer experience has revolutionized how businesses operate in the current scenario. Okay. So, Mr. Gujana, in today's competitive IT landscape, customer experience has become a critical differentiator. So, for majority of the businesses. So, how is the emphasis on customer experience, what we call as CX now? Uh, so, how has the experience? How is the emphasis on customer experience changed the way you deliver services to your clients?
Okay. Thank you very much, first of all, to calling me on a quick fire chat. Basically, the entire world has been moved on a different shift. Like post-COVID, we have been seeing the expectation level of a customer have been changed because the consumption of all the IT services have been shifted from traditional manner to different dimension. Every business, it may be uh, from a consumer-centric B2B business or any other business also. So what happened is traditionally, typically, we have been servicing most of the time B2B and multi-locations place. The customer experience is been predominantly just-in-time kind of expectation, right? Earlier we used to always have the customer, when we say the customer experience, earlier definition was I should be having a partner who should understand my requirement, who should understand the scope, identify the right product, right solutions, deliver it on time, and customer gives sufficient amount of time because he understands there is a lead time, and post that deploy lead time, the whatever has been discussed, it has been delivered successfully working. Thank you very much. That was a definition of the satisfaction level. But now customer have changed his behavior. What customer is saying, okay, I need this, I need it tomorrow, and my solution should be deployed up and running immediately. And logistic part, when somebody can do it at the scale what Amazons of the world or quick commerce are nowadays been consumed by them, they expect the IT also deliver in the similar manner. So customer behavior is said, it's not that they don't understand, but yes, they are also consumption manner in terms of quick commerce so well, then they really feel that I need a same kind of a delivery, same kind of a logistic, same kind of a price point also across the country, right? So that is what the customer expectation. And earlier, only the IT team or a core IT team used to drive. Was I will, if I am satisfied, you are satisfied. It was a one-way communication. Now, no. Now, right from your business heads, delivery, supply chain, your logistics support, if it is the FMCG, warehouse management guy, even gate guy also. At times, we have a heated argument and a discussions from a customer. My trucks are not going because of IT on time, and my manufacturing has been affected. My supply chain is not been going, right? Because they have had another challenge in terms of just-in-time delivery also. So it's important now their expectation level also being counted into customer satisfaction or a customer experience from a IT perspective also. So entire 360 degree of pie chart of their customer, their relationship, IT was never been part. Now IT also predominantly being the part and partial of that, and they they make sure that every aspect wherever I'm touching, they are also satisfied. So I have to ensure my team reaching to not from a sales perspective, but from an execution and a maintenance and operation perspective, the customer is being heavily satisfied. Then only expectation level is now been totally been changed from a customer side. So that is what I have seen major drift from earlier days, or decade, 1.5 decade, or maybe last 2.5 years. The changes has been drastically, and it's evolving again.
So, what are the major challenges that you face in maintaining a high standard of CX, and how exactly are you overcoming those challenges?
Okay, so as I mentioned, our customers are traditionally multi-location, multi-geographic, right? The challenge comes on the logistic part. Okay, now on a tier 1 city and tier 2 city, nowadays the logistics are pretty good. Distributors are also now started keeping the stocks, and they are able to deliver. But the tier 3 city, tier 4 city, the moment you go deeper and deeper, and the modernization and the digitization of things have been going on, and Make in India initiative of our Prime Minister is also been shaping up. So all manufacturers, all FMCG guys, instead of doing a central manufacturing, they are going on a decentralized manufacturing, and they acquiring a land at a remote place, right? So tier 3, tier 4 city is a prime city from our perspective now. Earlier tier 2 city was a prime locations, but now that the geographical landscape is also a change for us, right? So there were customer expect just in time, right? Still today also IT has been, even key driver. IT has been informed little later stage than in entire project cycle or a life cycle of the requirement. So they needed delivery because go live date for any organization is been fixed. If it is a greenfield project, if it is a brownfield project, or if it is a ongoing operation, the expectation is my machine is should work, because one machine going down in entire supply chain of your workspace, it impact a lot, right? Now you and me had earlier had most of the interviews face to face, right? Now say for example in our right now scenario, only your camera or your speaker doesn't work, right? So the panic situation happens, even though we understand it's a digital equipment, it's kind of a space where it may fail. But yes, from a business perspective, if see, you have to push or publish certain things from your KRA perspective has to be done immediately, because it's a digital world, right? Now, earlier days, you used to edit, you have a lead time. So impact is huge now. The reliable product identifications based on the use case is been changed. The workspace have been changed. If it is an office area, even within a building, it has been changed a lot. So how we are trying to mitigate? We are standardizing the workspace environment based on the user pattern. Say, for example, if you are on a fixed building, on a tier 1, tier 2 building, kind of a place, this should be the environmental equipment you should be using. Standardize those equipment, standardize the process, and keep the inventory available in your location itself, rather than depending on the OEM or any supplier. Keep the contingency plan in place. If it is the remote areas where the environment is not controlled, they try and control, but still in our geographical locations, if it's go to the moment remote, there is a quality of cleanness, quality of air, and everything, atmospheric conditions, everything is been we change. So there where we identify the right product based on those environment, and ensure the customers we give enough education, enough case studies to the customer so that customer also understand and acknowledge the challenges. Okay. And we continuously trying and improvising on those standardizations of the product so that there is no disparity happens from one place to another place, because the moment you are there at the office A and when you travel to office B, you see completely change environment, you again call IT, right? Okay. Oh my, allow me to, let me know how to dial the pantry number. How do I dial this? Or how do I search a directory? How do I use my desktop or workstation or a common place, right? So there were the more or less we have been trying to standardize based on the location, based on a geographical location. Second thing, what we are trying to do is keeping everything available on a remote support. As much as we can, improvise our remote support for every aspect of a business, multilingual support to the customer. So which helps, to helping a customer in any geographic locations and anywhere across the country. So that is what we are trying to building up, and it's a continuous process end of the day. So every escalation for us, it's a new learning. So that's how we have been doing. And then we go back to the customers, we try and do the uses show or webinars or consumption webinars or physically also we try and do it if the customer permits. So what happened is, customer start understanding whatever product he has been using, how do I protect, and how I can, ensure that whenever the problem comes, I use the right terminology to the remote side, right? Because right now you say my printer is not working or my device is not functional, or, those days are gone now, right? You have to actually tell where exactly it has been happening. So we try and educate the customers our training session that if this is the issue, you should tell this is the language you're supposed to use, whether it's me or somebody else. If you use this, your solution will be quicker, right? So that's how, we're trying to do standardizations on a broader level nowadays.
Right. So, if you talk about tools and technologies, so what are the technologies and tools you have implemented or are in the process of implementing to actually personalize your service delivery and improve the overall client satisfaction?
Oh, okay. So this is a bit tricky. Every day we will use lots of tools and try and enforce. So what ideally we have tried and delivered is a centralized help desk, centralized monitoring tool. We're trying to have a single unified remote support tool, but there is still a challenge because many customers are comfortable with some kind of expectation on a tool basis. Some customers say, I already have a tool, you have to use those tools also because they have already subscribed. So remote support tools, there is still a hybrid environment. But as far as help desk ticketing, monitoring those tickets, giving our access to our own ticketing tool to the customers, this is what we have started doing. So say, for example, you are customer A, so you will have your own portal where you do your ticket log, you see your review of all the tickets. So there is no, discrepancy on manipulations from my side or your side that I have logged the ticket and no response. Or rather, I cannot say, okay, I have solved the problem, but I have not resolved. I have not kept it updated, right? So that is one thing which we have been doing. Second thing, we are trying to capitalize on now. Say, for example, over 3 decades now, we have a huge amount of issue bank.
Okay.
Right? Right technology. So now we are trying to work with our internal team only and trying to experiment on how AI and ML can work with this database or whatever database we have constructed so far. Can it be helpful for us to do the quicker troubleshooting?
Okay.
Okay. or can it give me a dashboard stating this customer has this pattern, kind of, right? Whenever I deliver X equipment or X deployment happens, these are the typical problem always comes,
Exactly.
right? So next delivery, we always learn, right? So one example I can give, one of our customers has always a power issues. Okay. So what he used to do is basically, he always give us a temporary power supply when our equipment goes. So what we standardize is doing that. We train our engineers only and go with a multiple variety of power codes, which suits that customer always. So that actually saved us at least 1 or 2 days time in terms of, logistics and going there, understanding and come back. My logistic team will reply. So those all kind of, unexpected or maybe, predictive. Now we are also predictive this customer. This is what my engineer toolkit should look like.
Very good. Very good. So, how do you gather the insights on customer satisfaction or maybe the customer problems and act on those client feedback to continuously improve your services?
Okay, so as I mentioned, since it's my ticket is being centralized, all the tickets are being centralized, so that we're trying to help our. There is a AI tool which we are trying to develop, which can tell us now what are the efficiency or efficiency level we need to improvise to achieve the goal of just-in-time delivery kind of stuff, just-in-time service. So you call me and my engineer, before hanging up, he resolve your problem also. So how based and what are the probability and what kind of skills we require, what kind of engineered knowledge is required, because engineers are good at remote end, engineers are good, but at times what happened that users are not comfortable with talking more. Users are not comfortable giving a remote properly. At times, users have confidential data which needs to be taken care. So those are the few of the hurdles which we are there. So how do we, overcome those kind of situations but still ensure that customer satisfaction has been done. So delivering the right utilization of a right tool, improvising the skill. So technical skill is one, but whatever tool we have deployed or whatever tools customer has, we are asking our engineers to learn those tools also proactively. The moment the any customer is being onboarded to us, or we ask customer also, whenever you are in the process of evolution of a new tool, where they also keep on changing sometime the tool.
Yeah.
Engage us in the evolution period as a UAT environment, so that my engineers get trained with your training. So you need to train us, right? Because customer has an assumption always, I buy X tool, my partner will able to, do use that as best ticket, right? But if you see the service desk from ServiceNow, or maybe, any other tools of Manage Engine or any other fresh desk, service desk, data actually needs to be different, right?
Yeah.
So engineer has to understand that also, help-based guide. So this is what, we are trying to do now in terms of, removing those hurdles now.
Very good. Very good. So how do you identify the rate and the reasons for customer churn? Because means or however hard you may try, there could be a customer churn. So how do you identify the rate and reasons for the customer churn, and how do you analyze customer support, the trends in the customer support?
Okay, so now customer has pretty much choices available, right? So earlier days, we always have the tool of multi-location support, delivery, logistics. So now those parameters are no longer available, right? So and those are not a unique sale. So now customer can shift from one a partner to another partner also from us, and he can spin off any given point of time by having only one dissatisfaction. Earlier, customer used to have some number, like, yes, 3 गलती माफ, चौथे पे मैं निकलूंगा, right? Now customer say, एक ही गलती है तेरे पास, one गलती, I'm out from you, right? So yes, that's the biggest challenge for us. So, but it's a continuous process in which, we try to enhance the skill of one delivery, or whatever experience we give it to the customer, as much as transparency we can maintain, we are trying to deliver. So we try and do as much as communications available to the customers, and customer has the free access to our entire hierarchy. So it's not that, you are the small customer, you can't reach to, we give a different escalation, or somebody we give a different escalation. For all customers, it's a single escalation matrix, or everybody is approachable. And we have lots of town hall happens within the department and within a service team also. So what happens is, in that situations, everybody shares their experience, and they tell other people that this is a situation and this is how I came out of it. So which might helpful for somebody else, and somebody else says that this is the wrong approach, because of which, customer might hurt, or I'm ending the customer, which might be having some kind of issue if you treat this ticket like this. So that's what the two-way communications happens into that. It is not kind of a one directional or unidirectional town hall we do. We do a collaborative town hall. So where everybody have to talk compulsorily and share their experience. Some or other experience they will be having. But right, so that's how we are trying to analyze and try to reduce the churn rate. But yes, the customer is now very demanding, and it's not a demanding, I will say, customer has lots of choices. So they go, they come back also, and they retain also. But yes, the churn rate is very high.
Oh, okay. So how exactly are you training and empowering employees to deliver high level of customer experience? And what kind of freedom do you offer to employees to rescue from a bad or negative customer experience?
Okay, so we our strength, employee strength, if I'll tell you, our employee strength is around 350 odd people across the country. And out of these 350 people, we have certification which is more than 1200 plus. Right? So my each and every individual in my organizations, right, from a logistic guy to the customer support guy to accounts guys, or to my HR guys, right? Everybody need to undergo some or other level of training and some other certifications. It may be industry specific, it can be vendor industry neutral, So anybody who is been there on customer support, they have to mandatorily do certain training, which is ITIL. They may not get certified, but they need to know what is ITIL, right? ISO 20000, it's compulsory for all of us to undergo the session of ISO 20000 and the audit. So they understand customer delivery and customer management and what is the sensitivity data they are playing with, right? Because everything is digitized, right? And our customers are not only the normal manufacturers, they are certain critical infrastructures also, which are, national critical infrastructure. They are classified as a national critical infrastructure. So they need to also understand what are the consequences if they do something wrong. So we keep those kind of our training to all the employees compulsory. And on top of that, every employee in our organization has a KRA of a learning and certifications, paid certifications, not a free one. So that is been funded by organizations to them. They take the relevant approvals and they try and learn. These are the kind of training. Could be your soft skill training, your how to it can be how to present yourself. Okay, how do I talk to uh, other end if he's a lady, or how do I talk to other end if he's the male, or vice versa kind of stuff, right? How do I talk, or how do I do objection query over senior guys versus the junior guys, right? And how do I identify as a senior or junior? Because when you send a mail on a help desk, we never know that he do not understand whether you are C level of executive or a GM level or a entry level engineers or entry level users of the audience, right? How do I identify based on the conversion which I am doing it with the things with the customer? So these are the various things. Also, it's a part of their KRA. And from a skill building, if I said I am a network professional engineers, we have a mandatory, we have a bouquet, as I mentioned that, we are trying to standardize number of brands or number of equipment. So whatever number of brands we have been getting there, he has to learn and get certified on those technologies. So say for example, in the network, we are operating brand A, brand B, brand C. This year I focus on a brand A certifications. Next year I go on a brand B. Next year brand C. So I cover everything, right? And a good part for us, because of this choice which they given, I don't give a choice forcibly. Boss, you have to do A first, then B, then C. No, you jump directly to C, then you select B, and then you select A. Or you want to, in the journey, after a year, you want to move from one department to another department of a customer success or a customer story. You are free to do that, right? With the certain prerequisite and a certain formality, he has to get it done, and then he can start learning those things, right? And learning is free for us, for each employee. So we don't have anything. A part of that, we have with few customers, few numbers, we have one customer success manager. So whose role is nothing, not to do any business. His role is only, sir, आपको quotation time पे आ रहा है, whether you are getting service on time, whether you are able to reach us in any situations, right? Whether it's a good or bad or ugly also, whether my team is able to support you on timely delivery, is there any open-ended issues have been there? So his job is only to understand and listen to you, listen from you as a customer, and he come back again, and in town hall, he lists down and categorize those. He don't discuss all the points, but definitely all the customer would have similar concern if there is a concern. So he try and consolidate their team, customer success manager, and then we discuss those aspects. How do we mitigate? Over and above, we have learning and learning department separately, whose KRA is to ensure that everybody is being, track. Every certification is expiry. Typical IT certifications are either 1 year, 2 year kind of stuff, and then you have to have either upgrade pack or the full revision, right? So his KRA is only to do this. One guy, dedicated guy across my organizations who run after each and every guy and keep on sending a reminder, boss, your next month or next quarter, 6 certifications are going to expire. Okay, you have to upgrade it or renew it, whatever way you want to do it. So that's how we try to give a liberty also and help customers in terms of, giving this services.
Very good. Very good. So my final question would be around success story. So would you be able to share maybe a couple of success stories where focusing on customer experience has led to a significant business outcome for you?
Okay, so there are many. So one which I can tell is basically, from a manufacturing side, what happened is Neil is there. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
the one manufacturing guy has a very typical and a peculiar issue in terms of standardization. Now they have a variety of business units. Every manufacturer has typically, 4 or 5 verticals, have a different process and different IT landscape and a different IT control, right? But sitting at the head office level, they need to have a single view of all the issues, right? So they cannot manage multiple issues. So what we have started doing with those customers is to do assessment first. There every locations we started doing the assessment. Wherever we find an issue, we fix that issue without any a call. They had given us a standard SOP to us. We have sit down and we have done maybe couple of business unit. This is a standard SOP needs to be done. So whenever we do the assessment, we try and complete the assessment in a cost effective manner. Those are typically a standbys kind of, right? Standby units. We put it down. We make sure that those are working, right? And we go back to the customers, and after the assessment, the report happens, and those typically take some time, right? It may be 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, whatever is a time frame. During this, customers start understand using the standardized equipment, so they start hearing some outcome into it, right? And when we submit the report, the customer by central, he take the review of whatever we had given assessment and talk to the branch, understand is there any significant increase in his productivity or not, is something else he wanted or whatever. So that happened, that is been added to my SOP for the next assessment, right? So seeding first, solving the problem first by any means with whatever cost effective way we can help the customer, do that first and then go back for the budget. So it is easy to convince, because then budget, customer do not fight, IT guy do not fight, right? Business guys tell that was ye chala gaya, to hum wapas वैसे ही हो जाएंगे, right? So that 3 weeks or 4 weeks journey which we spend with many customers, there were we have got sizable ROIs from this approach. Second, good case study would be customer still today, mature customers also, the old FMS site, right? Traditionally, right, where we have maybe 15 people, 20 people sitting at the site. Traditionally, they are also there on the system from a long time. Customer side people are also on a log side. So I am passing through your table. You will always say, "Hey, Gunjan, come down. Can you solve this problem?" Right? No call log. No, and nothing has been done. I have solved your problem because you know me. I know you very well. There's a personal bond. It's solved, right? So case closed. Now, in that, I've done some mistake. After 2-3 days, you will come back and say to my boss or my team lead, "It was Gunjan, you solved this problem, but it didn't never solve. And in my system, there's nothing. Customer had nothing." It can be most of the time it is a smaller issues which do not surface, but still 30% time it happens on a which surface in a bigger way, right? So there where we ask, we have stopped, or teaching the everyone that ticket has to be there if we really want to have a better customer experience. So what we have started doing is basically for customers, and also we started all the channel. We give a portal to the customer, we give all the channel. You send an SMS, you send a WhatsApp, you send an email. Whatever way you are comfortable, sir, you please send that mail, which will convert it into your ticket Okay, so that somebody is monitoring their ticket, and we try to give those webinars to the mature customers also, with the stats that, sir, you saying that your department do not do this practice, but I have an incident of around 7 or 8 blocks where you have done this. So this is how, like, we try to automate the process, forcing the customer end users to log a ticket. You solve the problem, no problem. First solve the problem and then the log a ticket. We are okay with that. But at least if there is a log, there is some kind of improvisation, we can do it. Maybe at your equipment level, maybe at your technology level, or maybe somebody else within the organizations can be get it benefited because of your issue, right? So that's what, we have tried with a couple of customers, and now we are replicating now wherever customer is allowing this.
Very, very. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your time. I believe you have given very insightful answers to the questions that I have raised. And thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.